Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my videos. Now by the title of this video you guys already know what we're doing, so let's go ahead and get straight to it. Now it's currently 12:57 and the reason why we're primering so late is because I was prepping the car, I was prepping the garage to make sure everything went well and we weren't rushing things. But I went ahead and prepped the car for primer. Now I'm gonna have these linked down below for you guys, but these are gonna be 600 grit sanding pads. They come in two different sizes. I like these a little more, but I went ahead and used the pad to sand down the entire car one more time. I went ahead and covered our tool cabinets, but the car has also been wiped down with a mixture of water and alcohol, a 50-50 mixture. I have it inside this bottle right here, and this is my wax and grease remover. Now I use these blue shop towels to clean and dry this surface. Now because we are going to be primering, I decided to give the entire shop a sweep. As you guys can see, we are nice and clean, and got my hose ready to spray the floor with water. That's gonna help trap any dust that lands on the floor or any overspray. It's also gonna help keep primer from drying on the cement and staying there. So it's not just gonna help by keeping all of the dust trapped, it's also gonna help by not staining it with primer. I also went ahead and adjusted our fan to how we're gonna go ahead and have her blow. I even went ahead and turned it on to see how everything was gonna look while I was primering, so that I can get an idea of how everything's gonna be moving once I'm primering. But take a good look, because this is the last time you guys are gonna see this car like this. It's all gonna be one full color again. So by the end of today's video, this car is all gonna be primered. Check out my masking skills. This is how this section looks over here. Again, everything is masked off so that we don't get any overspray, either under the car, in the engine bay, or just anywhere we don't want overspray. This car is good to go. Now this right here is going to be the primer we're going to be using today. I'm very familiar with Rust-Oleum rattle cans, and right here is going to be the primer that I use on all the other panels. Now I don't have enough to do 3 coats on this entire car, and I don't want to have to do either 1 or 2 coats with this and then 1 coat with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 3 coats with this one right here. I am excited to try out this Rust-Oleum primer. This is going to be the second brand of primer that I work with, so I'm going to see whether I like this one or this one more. They're both around the same price. I think this one was a little bit more pricey because I had to buy this separate thing, and with the primer I get the bottle for free. So, and the mixing ratio is going to be behind the can. It's going to be right under application, so this right here is going to tell you how much you're going to need and what you're going to need to mix it with. Now I had this primer sitting for a minute, so I have my drill right here ready to go ahead and mix that up. And then I got my mixing cup right here. I want to use this really big one because, one, we're going to need a lot of primer, and I also want to get an idea of how much more color I'm going to need. Now this right here is my base coat, and I don't have that much. I got enough to maybe make a coat and a half, and I got more than enough clear, so I'm not worried about that. But we are going to need more base coat. I ended up not spraying any primer yesterday. That compressor over there is extremely loud. Not only did I not want to wake up my parents, but I also did not want to have to wake up the neighbors. I wanted to be respectful, and I didn't want to cause that much noise at around 1:30 a.m. So I took a little nap and I went ahead and woke up, and now I'm fresh and ready to spray some primer. I told you guys yesterday that we were gonna mix up our primer and spray it on. Now I do gotta go to work, and I do gotta buy more base coats, so I'm thinking of being able to do both of those before I go to work. Again, we're gonna wet the floor so that we can have a layer of protection on the floor to trap anything that lands on the floor, whether it's overspray or dust. This right here is the gun that I'm gonna be using. I bought this at Harvest Freight. You guys seen this before on my channel, but this right here is what I'm gonna be using to spray down this primer. This is the box right here. I will have this link down below for you guys, but you do get a hopper, which is this thing right here, to spray whatever liquid you're gonna spray, whether it's base coat, clear coat, or primer. But I wasn't a big fan of that cup, so I ended up switching to these couplers right here. Now, I showed you guys this in my channel too, but all these are is cups that have like this little filter on there, so whatever you spray in the gun gets filtered out. But it has a little hole right here, and that's because this right here gets crushed and compressed as it's spraying all of the liquid out. That way we can use as much product as possible, and gravity is also going to be feeding the liquid down, so it's going to be like this. So that's a lot better than this. This doesn't crush or anything. It has a little hole on the top, so paint does leak out of there if you're holding it upside down. If you guys decide to go out and get this, you do need to also get this little special attachment, which is this right here. They sell it at Harbor's Freight. All of this you can buy at Harbor's Freight. You can even see my gun there on this box right here, and that's because this is a good gun. I like it. I highly recommend it. But I'm gonna set the pressure to 35 to 40 psi. Going to spray 3 coats. I'm gonna let the coats fully dry before I apply another coat. So it's gonna be like a 10 to 20 minute wait in between coats. Like I said, I'm excited. A lot of work led up to this point right here. So let's go ahead and spray some primer.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no
Just got done spraying the first coat. This is how it looks. I gotta spray it a little slower because the fan is making a lot of the primer just leave and not land on the paint. So I'm gonna have to slow my hand down as I'm spraying the primer. But again, this is how the car looks right now. Let's go ahead and spray a second coat.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder.
Just got done spraying the second coat. Let me show you guys how it looks. I went ahead and slowed down the gun like I said, so we did spray it a little slower so we can get a thicker coverage. I want to concentrate a little bit on my third pass on the edges, just because there's some spots that have a little bit of blue showing, like right there. Not a lot, but it's showing a little bit. Other than that, we are just about ready to spray our third and last coat, so let's go ahead and spray it on. check out this cold start. Just got done spraying the third and last coat. Now, I'm not the best painter, nor am I the worst, but I still think I did a fairly good job. Again, there's been a lot of trial and error that led up to this point, so let me show you guys how the car looks. There's not really any dust nibs in the primer. I am still gonna try and find them though and go over it with 600 grit just to make sure we have no pimples in our paint. So next time you guys see me, I am gonna be spraying some base coat. I'm not gonna be able to spray it today because I'm running out of time and I don't want to rush this. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. You don't want to rush when you're painting. Make sure that you're just all focused in painting. Plus, it takes 24 hours for the primer to cure before you can spray any base coat, so we still gotta let this sit for 24 hours. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and set this little bad boy up. Now, you guys aren't gonna see this for a while. By the time you guys see this video, this car should already be painted and clear coated, but I need something to do. So I'm gonna try and attempt to build this. Again, we'll link down below the gun that I used to spray down this primer. This is the same gun that I'm gonna use to spray down my base coat and clear coat. Yes, it's not ideal to do that, but right now I don't got the budget to buy another gun, so that's why I did my research and got something that could do it all. And now that I know how much primer we also use, I can go ahead and go get our base coat. I'm gonna need another quart of these. Next time you guys see me, I'm gonna be spraying that base coat, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Again, I'm just really excited that we finally got this base coat on the car. That was gonna be one of the hardest steps, just starting it. So this is Javi from Javi's Productions. Peace out, my friends.